Do you see? Do you see what happens when you stop to ask for directions? Pretty Woman, released in 1990, and is directed by Gary Marshall, who's behind such films like Runaway Bride, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, all those crappy holiday romantic comedy, hey, cash grab movies. And this film is starring Julia Roberts, Richard Gere, and Jason Alexander. And this film comes as a recommendation from one of my subscribers, one of my co-workers, Kristen Weissner. Shockingly, as I told her and everyone else that heard around us, this is the first time that I've ever seen this movie. Shame on me, right? Richard Gere plays a very, very, very wealthy businessman, and one night he is driving through the shady parts of Hollywood, California. Lost and confused, he stops to ask for directions from local prostitute Julia Roberts. She helps him find his way back to his hotel room, and of course, you know, things happen. But Richard Gere is so taken by Julia Roberts that he decides to hire her for an entire week. Why he decides to hire her, I actually don't think that's very clear in this movie. He talks about how he wants her to be her employee because he doesn't want to be alone at this time, and here I'm thinking as this plot is going along that, okay, well, he's gonna use her during, like, these important dinner meetings that he's having throughout the whole week. Trying to swoon over this other guy that he's trying to buy out. I was kind of confused as to what he does for a living. He purchases companies and then divides them and splits them and makes billions of dollars off of them. I'm just trying to make a living trying to be a YouTuber. But this movie apparently is one of the most popular romantic comedies of all time. And honest to God, when I said that I have never seen Pretty Women before, and that's why Kristen recommended it to me, when everyone heard that, I'm like, what are you talking about? You call yourself a YouTuber and a movie reviewer? You've never seen Pretty Woman? There's no way! And as I politely explained to them, thousands of movies come out every single year. It is physically impossible to see every single movie ever made. There are not enough hours in the day, needless to say, the year, to watch every single movie that comes out and to have, like, a job and a wife and a family and just lives out on top of that. So I encourage all of you, if someone that you know, a good friend of yours says, hey, I've never seen this movie before that you absolutely love, instead of saying, oh my God, what is wrong with you? I encourage you to say, you know what? That is awesome. I recommend that you see this. And you know what? I am jealous of you because now you get to watch this movie for the very first time. Something that I can never do again because I love this movie so much. That is how that conversation should go in a picture-perfect world. Let's talk about this movie, Pretty Woman. So this is just one of the greatest romantic comedies of all time, huh? Okay. I gotta be honest, I have seen many that are better than this. I think I'm chalking this up to that I really couldn't connect with either of our two lead characters. We have Julia Roberts, who plays a prostitute, and you can tell kind of in her backstory that she gives a little bit that, you know, she lost her way, she dropped out of high school, and she's just kind of lost in the world, and this is the only field and the only job that she found that she could do to make a living. And then we have Richard Gere's character. That is the definition of the top 1%. And whenever we get a romantic comedy, we always see the meet cute, which is the first time that our two lead characters, our two romantic figures, meet each other for the first time, and it's just so adorably cute. Or at least it's supposed to be. In this movie, though, when they meet each other, I wasn't feeling that meet cute-ish moment. And I'm pretty sure that the reason for me why this is not working is that I do not see Julia Roberts playing a convincing prostitute. Just in my previous history watching her in other movies, she always seems too elegant and extravagant for me to be that type of character. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but in order to play it convincingly, it just wasn't happening for me. And then Richard Gere's motivation, after she drives him to the hotel room, and then they spend the night with each other, he decides to employ her for an entire week, and I'm trying to figure, like, why are you doing that? His character had just broken up with his girlfriend, so maybe he was feeling a little lonely and just wanted some companionship. Totally understandable, I get that. But I felt that there was a missing story in here where he was trying to buy up this company and didn't know how to do it, so he thought he would employ this new spunky woman that is not part of that top 1% life. Maybe she would charm him into giving up the company to him, which I think kind of happens here. Her rapport and her conversations that he has with him starts making him second guess his business practices or what he's doing with his life, to the point where he doesn't end up buying the company. But I gotta be honest, I am not feeling a connection or love between these two. Julia Roberts has this rule of she never kisses on the lips with any of her clients. Spoiler alert, they fall in love and they kiss on the lips. And it's supposed to be all cute and lovey-dovey, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not digging this movie at all. Really, these characters, this story, it's all just kind of bleh for me. It is a delight, though, seeing the style of the early 1990s and the late 80s in this movie. This top 1% billionaire has this cell phone that's like a huge box that he's talking through. But that was so innovative back then that looks so cool. The women blazers with all the padding on the shoulders. Ah, classic looks. I did enjoy the retail line, though. That was fantastic. Richard Gere gives Julia Roberts all this money to go down Rodeo Drive to buy all the clothes and all the jewelry that she can, but no one wants to give her any service because she's dressed like a hooker. Until finally someone takes pity on her. Now she looks all extravagant and she looks like she's part of the top 1%, and she goes back into those stores, say, hey, remember when you wouldn't serve me or you wouldn't allow me to purchase anything from you? A big mistake. Bravo. As a retail manager for several years, I really wanted to say that to some of my customers, you know, just the inverse of it. Oh, you want to come into my store and be a dick, huh? Okay. Fuck you. But in the end, Pretty Woman, I do that all the frickin' time. Is it Pretty Woman or Pretty Women? It's Pretty Woman because there's only one Pretty Woman in this movie. But watching it for the first time, it really did nothing for me. And I honestly don't see what all the fuss is about. Now, this is someone watching the movie for the first time in 2019. I didn't grow up with this movie. I don't have nostalgia with this. I didn't watch it when it first came out in 2090. And of course, when I say 2090, I mean 1990. Wow. That was such a long time ago. But to be honest, in my life, I have seen romantic comedies that are just plain better. And maybe that's the aspect of this film that I didn't have. Maybe this movie kind of set the template of the type of romantic comedy that we have nowadays. And I've just seen it done in a different way and better. So I'm going to give Pretty Women 2 out of 5 Blu-rays. I've had better. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I randomly select which movie I'm going to be watching next. So let's take a look. Okay, another movie that I have never seen before, and actually another, I think, romantic comedy, Me Before You, starring Emilia Clarke, and that's all that I know. Actually, I bought this movie as a gift to my wife because I think there were a couple of weeks in there where I was traveling to other stores, you know, in hotel rooms for like an entire weekend. I wanted her to have something, so I bought her the book that this was based on and also got her the DVD. That way, you know, she could be busy for that weekend while I was gone. And she's one of those people that read books, like an entire book, in one afternoon. It's kind of annoying, because here I am with a book, and it takes me like 2 months. I'm a very slow frickin' reader. But I remember her calling me after she read the book, sobbing about how sad this was, and having her call me after she watched the movie, saying how frickin' sad this was. So, yay. So I am very excited to cry next time. Thank you very much, Kristen, for the recommendation of Pretty Woman, even though I didn't really like it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, leave your comment below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So everyone, have you seen Pretty Woman? What did you think about it? Or did you grow up with this movie? Is this your favorite romantic comedy? If so, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies and my type of movie reviews, I kind of changed things up a bit. I'm trying to get better quality videos and better audio. I know that's not been my strongest suit while starting this channel, but if you like what you saw here, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. If you have friends that love talking about movies or hearing people talking about movies, send them over my way. Caleb Watches Movies, and hit that subscribe button. And we are so close to hitting our goal of reaching 627 subscribers, which I'm just so grateful. We were just past 558 at the time of this recording, which is just mind-boggling to me. Thank you all so much. But if we hit our stretch goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, I will watch and record myself watching Arachnophobia, which is something I really don't want to do, but it's going to be so entertaining for you. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Me Before You. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.